Alrighty folks, we are here in the first game of the night, and the action is already kicking off as in the bottom left-hand corner, in the blue, from XL5 it is PiG, and he is panicking to defend in his natural.
He is, and spawning in the top right is going to be his opponent, who's also in his natural, but not quite panicking just yet, is going to be Evil Genius's HuK.
Yeah, this is a
Is this a mod?
I don't know.
Earlier?
No, there's not enough cannons yet.
Nah, but there are quite a bit of them. One has already gone down without getting cancelled, but the cannons are... Oh, GG already will be called in the... this game. That was at least shown, because you didn't see quite the beginning there, but, you know...
Alright guys, we are back. We're bringing you the second game of the series, and this one is probably going to last longer than 4 minutes. That's where my money lies. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner, not putting down any forges too early this time. Representing Evil Genius and wearing blue, it is HuK.
And also not putting down any cannons, but simply because his race doesn't allow him to do so, it is going to be the Red Zerg player who is facing elimination from XL5. It is PiG.
If he neuraled a probe, then he could put down cannons.
You are right.
Yeah.
But in Legacy of the Void, he won't be able to because they're getting rid of the neuroparasite.
Finally, this is overpowered, I say.
I know, it's just a shame because
it is in theory
using
very
it far too much.
Yeah, man. I think you should remove the Nidus as well. It's just overused at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I actually quite like the new Nidus ideas, but I think that the unkillable Nidus is quite scary.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't even played the test map yet, so.
Yeah. I mean, I assume that a lot of the stuff won't follow. It won't go through, but I'm liking the ideas that's behind it. The fact that they're willing to make those big changes and then test them out before just saying, no, we're going to play it safe and,
Yeah, like, I mean, I love StarCraft and I love Heart of the Swarm. I think it is an improvement on Wings of Liberty, but you've got to say they didn't exactly push the boat out with Heart of the Swarm. They didn't kind of go for risky ideas. They tried to play it very safe. And the fact that now they're kind of going, you know what, let's revamp this. Let's make it super cool and exciting. And there's going to be some crazy strats. It's going to be weird for a bit, but that is what the game needs. That's going to make everything so exciting and so dynamic for a long time. We're going to be seeing loads more kind of games with the solid mechanics that everyone's picked up from Heart of the Swarm. Where they haven't been learning as much and have been refining their kind of style. I think it's going to be a really good time for esports and StarCraft.
Oh, I agree, 100%. Just all the hype surrounding BlizzCon was such a great feeling, seeing that so much live. I didn't end up going, but I wasn't even there, and I felt it. Twitter was just crazy, out of control. But look at this, PiG, he doesn't care about getting cannon rush. I think he went for the 3 hats before pool here, and had no concern about that. Deadwing is a really big map. Although it is a 4-player map, you can only spawn in 2 other locations because the horizontal ones are disabled. But HuK looking like he doesn't actually want to... actually, you know what? No, he looks like he wants to put on pressure. He put on 3 gates, and he's chrono boosting out his warp gate. But the location that he put these 3 gates on allows him to secure a 3rd off of it if he does want to. And this may trick PiG into thinking that HuK does want to expand a little bit earlier. But with 3 gates on the way, I don't know, man. This could be pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I can't quite decide what he's planning to do here. It could just be an extremely fast 3rd base, and I actually would love to see an extremely fast 3rd base. It could be fake pressure. It could be just general aggression. It could even be just defensive 4-gate into the 3rd base, and that's... I kind of want to see both pressure and an expansion, but I don't think he has the money for that.
Yeah. If you're going to go for it, you either go for it. With this sentry being warped in, it does allow him to be safe from Zergling run-bys, but this Overlord of PiG is just out of range of these warping in units as well as this pylon, so he doesn't see this coming just yet, and he's droning up. He's making 8 drones, and HuK is looking like, oh, well, HuK just moved into range. No, he didn't move into range. Oh my god, this could be so deadly. 10 drones on the way. Oh no, this could be a very fast game if Pig does not catch wind of this, and his Lings are on the patrol to find it.
Oh, they
But
didn't
it's
go up
gonna
there.
be too
This one's
late.
coming up. This one's coming
It's
up.
gonna be a little bit too late, I think.
I think you're
Oh,
right.
what's up? Protoss units.
Oh, this is the moment where you suddenly panic as this stuff is too close, too soon. There's only one active spine crawler. There are almost no units out. Pig knows as well. He knows that he has built these units a little bit too, built these drones a little bit too soon, and the units a bit too late.
Yeah, and he delayed his gas, so he's not going to be able to have that Zergling speed. Not going to be the most effective unit here, though, the Zergling, of course.
Here
but
they come.
HuK is giving Pig some time here. I don't believe he realizes how much Pig did drone, so he is going to be able to get some damage done. But, you know, the Mothership Core does have enough for a recall, and the Roach Warren is on the way. 3 more Spine Crawlers on the way as well, but HuK is continuing to produce probes, so he's not ending it here. This isn't just some kind of, alright, let's just do it and make sure that we win the game. It's just going to force out units, but the drones that Pig made may save him in the long run if he's able to survive here.
Yeah, absolutely. 9 roaches now in production is going to be pretty helpful in dealing with Zealot, as primarily Zealot force, and actually the Mothership Core maybe being focused down could mean that HuK doesn't have anything to fall back on or with. Already not having enough energy for that recall, spending it on a good time warp, I gotta say. But forcing out these units is very big as well. Denying the droning, HuK was making probes behind this a little bit, so he's kind of getting himself into a strong economic position, but still no third base out of him, just continuing this pressure.
Yeah, but Pig playing this so well, using those drones pretty much to make spine crawlers, but, you know, I think it's actually going to get held off. Roaches are the best unit you can use to do that, and wow. Pig holds, and behind it, 17 more drones.
That's a lot of drones. Like, he's making his money back.
Yeah, that was very scary, and I think the time that HuK used, he actually did a really cool thing by killing the rocks and then maybe hoping Pig would overreact and move all of his spine crawlers there. But the fact that he gave Pig that time, didn't know that he was droning, is going to allow him to come. Oh, Pig is so far ahead right now. If HuK doesn't either do something or set up some kind of sick macro behind it, which is going to be in the form of a third base.
Yeah, it's not like the super early third that I wanted to see, though. I want to see that third go down at 6 minutes and see huge greed out of HuK. Instead, going for basically a 4-gate. I mean, it was basically just a 4-gate, a really big 4-gate off 2 bases. And HuK has only just reached 2-base saturation, really. So he is significantly behind on where he'd be if he'd gone for a macro game. Maybe with some Oracle Phoenix, maybe with a transition towards Colossi or Templar, maybe some DTs for harassment, and fast upgrades. I'm just taking from what we saw from the other guys earlier in this series.
Yeah, but the location that HuK is in seems to be pretty not well defended, but you know he set it up so that this third is not as exposed as it could have been. If those gateways were at the natural, he would have had to use more minerals to try to set it up for units that he couldn't really produce just yet. So these buildings are definitely going to be able to allow him to feel a little bit more safe. And now we do go into a macro game here on Deadwing with Pig going for Ling Hydra, but he has the Infestation Pit here as well. So with HuK going for Robo and Blink and +1, I think we may see that style that we saw out of Crank, where it's just very Blink Stalker heavy, because we haven't seen the Robo Bay come out yet, and he's getting Blink, and +2 is going to be right after this +1 most likely. And I think Pig is going to be going for Roach Hydra Viper if we see the Hive start, and it is. So he's going to be going for a big Roach Hydra Viper timing, which will hit pretty early, maybe even around the 15-minute mark, in between the 15 and 16-minute mark.
No, it's not going to be late, considering that he dealt with what shouldn't have been an all-in, but kind of swung a little bit towards it out of HuK. He defended that. He did a greedy opening and is now heading towards the Roach Hydra Viper, as I think you've almost certainly correctly called it. Looks good for Pig at this point.
And the creep spread, always, even in a ZVT, no different in the ZVP, although it's a little bit easier for a Protoss to destroy this creep. HuK doesn't really have that many units at the moment, but he's going to try to contest this. It's not going to be in his best interest, though, at the time, as he hasn't really set up his economy to really pump out the units just yet. It's just now getting saturated at the third, and Pig is just... he's going in. He's about to get his Hive complete. He's going to make Vipers. He has the gas, and just fill the rest of it with Roaches, most likely. So this... the fact that HuK is not going for Colossus... oh, he is going for Colossus now, though. and Templar, so he knows about the hive timing.
Yeah.
He's able to get those Templar out. We're going to see that dance.
No, I mean, you've got to be super careful with that kind of thing, because at this point, HuK, being as behind as he is kind of teching, he's double teching. This is what we used to see off 2-base Protoss versus Terran, and it stopped working a while back because they were just too aggressive in the early game, too versatile, and it would kill people off, like MVP killing off Sase 2-0 when Sase was almost the favourite to win at that point. HuK he's scouted the hive. He knows it's on its way, but the Vipers are coming. They're going to be here in the next couple of seconds, realistically. The Templar haven't been walked in. HuK is taking a 4th base just to have the gas to support his army, and even though his army is pretty strong, good Blinkstalker Colossus makes, he doesn't really have the Colossi in the composition yet that he wants to be dealing with Hydralisks.
No, and he can't really use his Blinkstalkers aggressively because look at the creep spread once more. I mean, this is going to allow PiG to see anything coming around the map, even Warp Prism, say, if HuK were to go that route. Extended Thermal Lance is not even done yet, and the Roach Hydra Viper timing is about to hit. Right now, the Vipers have consumed enough energy for a few Abducts and as well as a Blinding Cloud, but there are 3 Templars, so if they're able to get into position... I mean, even this Roach Hydras are going to be great with this position, but we'll see if it's able to happen. It's a very, very dicey situation for HuK, I'm thinking here, because the remax potential of PiG is quite strong as well.
Just trying to buy enough time to get as strong an army as possible, warping in off that pylon that then supply blocks him, pushing forward with a single Colossus. Blinding Cloud goes down on the Stalkers. They are going to struggle to shoot against Hydras, and the Colossus walking straight forward into everything, goes straight down. I think all of the Templar have been killed as well.
Yep, they've all gone down, and Roach Hydra is pretty good against that without any Colossi. And the Spire is on the way as well. Even more drones are on the way for PiG. PiG is putting on the pressure. Is he going to be able to get some good damage done? There's really nice force fields out of here, but those are the last ones.
I think this is looking very good for PiG. There is 1 Colossus left being picked off by Hydras on the high ground. There are Stalkers that can't even blink up that well into the main base, and the Hydras are shredding through those. There's so little army left for HuK, and now blinking into the corner, the Hydras are going to finish these guys off. HuK is down to his last legs, and PiG is on a 92 drone economy.
Yep, and he's going into Broodlords, but he's also going into Muta, so this will keep HuK at bay. Although these Stalkers do have +2 as well as blink. He just doesn't have the stalker count. Yeah, he doesn't have the plus. He doesn't have the stalker count to deal with these mutas. There's 20 of them on the way. Oh man, 19 to be exact.
Yes. Oh no, I knew you were getting at. You got around sometimes.
It's like one half Mutalisk running around, like one wing.
Yeah. 1 Ling is half a supply of Lings. That is true. That does make sense. But yeah, these Stalkers pushing out onto the map, they catch the Xel'Naga and they see nothing, unaware of this flock of doom massing on the other side of the map. The pylon is going to catch sight of that if HuK's paying attention, and it's quite possible that he knows now. The Stalkers are coming home, heading towards the natural, but the probes are in so much trouble already.
And even the Stalkers aren't really that big of a threat. GG will be called. PiG is going to tie it up. We are back here with the final match of the night. And these 2 players do not want to go home. They've been fighting it out. Got to this match. It's all up for grabs. Spawning in the top left corner is the Evil Genius representative. He hails from Canada. Is red. Is Protoss. Is HuK.
And his opponent, representing Exile 5 and Australia. It is the Zerg player in the bottom right. His name is PiG. And HuK appears to... He's forgotten which one is his base again.
Whoa.
He's putting the pylons down in the other guy's base.
Yeah. And PiG has gone for the hatch first once again. And King Sejong is a nice map because it is so hard to get good surface area on those cannons. But it looks like HuK is not actually going to go for it very heavily. He might come back for it, though. He is. He has 2 probes there. He's fully committed. He's in it deep.
He is.
This would be such a tragedy for PiG if he were to lose in this fashion after showing such a strong match last time and losing to it in the first game, but getting those first 2 cannons is so crucial. Oh, even the drop.
I think he might have this, you know. this looks pretty good to me. The big drone pullers we've seen before, and that can backfire. But at this point in time, HuK's cannons are taking some serious hits. And if PiG just pull those drones, pull the drones around, but that one's a lot of health.
Oh, one cannon gonna finish. How many drones is it gonna get? It needs to get at least 3 to be worth it, but he is only gonna get 2. But the second cannon will go up.
Oh. Go down as fast as possible. Yeah. The control on that one as well.
Back. Yep, and I think PiG is going to hold it, but he is losing a few drones, and the mining time is really what he has to take into consideration here. As he does hold, though. He's alive, and alive is better than dead in most cases.
That is true. Usually.
I mean, I'm just dropping the knowledge bombs all night tonight, aren't I? So
they've been beautiful. I mean, before this point, I thought that losing was better than winning, and now my whole perspective on this game has been shifted around. This explains why people aren't impressed when I tell them I'm in bronze.
Right? My whole ladder record is gonna just do a whole 180 degrees.
Well, maybe. We'll have to see.
It's probably gonna do a 360, man.
Yeah, well, could be worse. Yeah, these slings are going to clear up this pylon now, so HuK can't warp in any zealots off that, can't build any more sneaky pylons, although, to be fair, the creep is doing an admirable job of denying that. And I can actually see some of... There's like a patch, can you see that? There's like a patch where the creep hasn't gone on the map. In the natural. Maybe it's just my game, I don't know. Like, if you can't see it, you'd know if you could see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Weird,
Oh,
wait, I do see it.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of strange that. I wonder if that happens every game. HuK has sent a probe out, and I'm wondering if he's going to proxy or if it's just a scout, just checking to see if there's a third base. Oh, he sees the drone. That's a good clue.
Yep, he knows that PiG wants to take it, and there's only one ling out on this side of the map. It's going to take them a bit of time to get that pylon out, so he might let that go. Don't know if he'll let it finish, but he's going to delay it for as long as he can. Not going to get any real good scouting, though, inside of the main. But he's gonna drop a gateway too. That would be crazy. Okay.
No, he's just dropping a second pylon to be annoying, but unfortunately let the other one finish. This is just really irritating. This is what I've seen HuK do on a couple of games on his ladder as well, because I do watch his stream, and it's just to bother the Zerg. It's to delay their income. It's to disrupt whatever plan they had.
Yeah, and PiG's plan was to get that third extremely early. HuK's probe was there to right on time. And look at this, Chrono Boost coming out on the Cybernetics core for HuK. If we see a few more gateways, then, if you're expecting regular Ford's fast expand type of play, and then you play it out as if that's the case, and then you get caught off guard by these +1 zealots, could be pretty problematic. One zealot already here. And all he needs to do is clear the way to get a probe out there, to get a pylon on the map, if that is his plan.
Yeah. Just looking around to see if that is his plan. This first zealot is going to be heading towards the third, going to harass that a little bit. I don't think it'll be able to force a cancel in its own right. But, and the mothership core going back, I thought that was going to join him, but instead it's bringing that home, and we might be seeing that third with the probe out there.
Yeah, he made another sentry, so we saw something like this in the last game. And the zealot does get cleaned up. And I'm wondering, though, a +1 is on the way. 3 gateways are on the way. Speed has just now started, but PiG dropping that road warning incredibly fast to make sure that he does not get caught off guard. He hasn't even started his lair yet, so he is playing it incredibly safe. But a second sentry warping in makes me think that it's not going to be that type of aggression just yet. But there is a probe going there. Oh, but there's a Ling. Hero Ling on the bottom left side of the map. May not be a hero.
He's going to stop it.
He is going to be a hero.
He's got it. He sees it. The pylon goes down, but it's too late now. Already, the fact that this is going down, it at least hints at aggression. It doesn't guarantee it, but we know that there is going to be probably a little bit coming out of HuK with these gates that have been made. He's got 4 gates opening right now and a 5th one following it up. The Ling on the 3rd, where the probe is nowhere to be seen, kind of says that it might prove like there's not going to be that much macro following this once again.
Yeah, there was a probe there, and it did get taken out by that Ling. That Ling. Look at that. 1 kill. 1 Ling, 1 kill. That's all you need. PiG going for this 4th base is a very, very aggressive 4th, if you would say. Because HuK has not even taken his 3rd base yet. Although it did look like he wanted to, but the pylon did end up finishing here for HuK, so he is able to get that. Whoa, that is big. That is really big, because now here come the zealots. They have +1. 12 roaches are on the way, but there are already quite a few roaches here for PiG.
Yeah, I think that Roach's force should be enough to drive this away. HuK doesn't have enough to warp in big kind of contingents of Stalkers at this point, but the creep spread might be good enough that if the Roaches have overextended, the Stalkers, especially with that time warp, allowing the Zealots to get up in there.
Off of creep, these are +1 Zealots as well. Getting a lot of value for being Zealots, where they don't usually fare well against Roaches. The lair has been delayed here for PiG for quite a bit of time. And he can't really get aggressive with those roaches because of the lack of the road speed. And with HuK dropping down that Twilight Council and a Robo, we may see that blink go up. The third base has been dropped by HuK as well. And he goes back with quite a bit of his units. You know, he's not on that many probes. You know, he's only on 45. And PiG.
This still kind of reminds me of Crank's style. Like what we're seeing out of HuK. Because he's getting the blink, he's getting the +2, and it didn't work out for HuK last game, but HuK was really behind last game. This time it feels a lot better. It feels like he's done better harassment in general. He's kept Pig a little bit more suppressed and hasn't
lost his units.
Failed
that's
attack.
Yeah, the last time he lost quite a bit of units. He's only lost 4 Zealots, but keep in mind one of those Zealots was killed at the 3rd, and then he also got the the kill on the 4th base by PiG. So that's 300 minerals for 300 minerals. Not too bad at all. I'll take it any day of the week.
Yeah, big Roach Force was trying to break down the rocks. Big Roach Force trying to go through the natural, into the natural of HuK, but didn't get away with it. Was spotted, was scouted.
Yeah, PiG just trying to get something done with these slow roaches. You don't want to have this many roaches that don't have roach speed, because if they get caught off guard, they will get shreked, for a lack of better words.
Indeed they will.
Especially against Blink Stalkers that do have the +2 upgrade.
God, that is not a situation you want to be as a Roach, especially a totally unupgraded Roach. +1 is on its way, but that's the only upgrade that we're seeing out of PiG. He only went for attack upgrades, ranged attack upgrades last game as well, no Carapace. So if those Colossi were out a bit sooner and they had the attack upgrades, the Hydras are going to absolutely melt if HuK gets to that stage of tech.
Yeah, this is really cool stuff from HuK, morphing in or warping in even more Stalkers, adding Immortals to the mix. Does he have an Observer though? Yeah, he has 2 Observers, so even if PiG were to go for the burrow, he would be prepared for that. Roach Hydra will be the choice of tech here for PiG, but that Infestation Pit is so much later than it was before that the Hive will not even be a factor. And now we're looking at a Protoss that is on 3 bases, with +2 and +3 is on the way against Roach Hydra that don't have speed. Neither of them do have the speed just yet.
No,
numbers
they have grooved spines, but look how much that entire Hydra force has been slowed down by being forced to walk through the time warp. In general, HuK is going to be much more maneuverable at this point in controlling the space, but it doesn't matter because PiG's going for a shorter route. He's going to go through those rocks, and the Stalker's really just going to make it back in time.
Yep. Blink has completed. Hive is on the way, so this is not PiG's endgame plan. He does want to get up to that Hive in case he does want to go for whatever he wants. Usually it will be the Vipers, but with that Spire coming down again, he looked like he wanted to go Broodlords the last time. We'll see if that's the case this game. Oh, that's a lot of units here for HuK, though. He's actually on a very scary army supply that has superior upgrades to his opponent.
Yeah, +3 halfway done for HuK compared to +2 just starting for PiG is going to mean that this Protoss force is going to be bringing an absolutely unreasonable amount of damage to bear against those Zerg forces.
Yeah. And I feel like HuK, if he's able to scout the time of the Hive, which I believe he may have already. Yep, he has seen the Hive morphing in. Whoa, he could hit a good timing because Blink Stalkers are incredibly good. Even though they usually aren't the best against Hydras, if you get a maxed out army that has Immortals, Blink Stalkers, and Sentries, it's all about the force fields, it's all about the blink control, it's all about the deeps, and that is exactly what it is. Oh, they're missing a few of these force fields.
Big blink forward, actually. You're going to just get in the Hydras and start shooting at them as soon as possible. I don't really dislike the decision, to be honest. At this point, PiG is on the run, trying to get a favourable engagement at the top of this ramp, but the Stalkers will just keep blinking back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they won't keep blinking back. A few of them are going to go down, actually. But if HuK keeps blinking them back, he's going to be able to trade very effectively.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying this is a very last-minute decision from PiG. He's dropping the Enduring Locust upgrade as well as 12 Swarm Hosts. This is not the route he wanted to go, at least what it looked like at the time, because I feel like he would have gotten the Enduring Locust upgrades a bit earlier. But it was more of a reactive, as he's trying to draw out the game as much as he can. But, oh, the force fields are actually pretty good this time, and that's a lot of Blink Stalkers and Immortals. The Immortals, though, are a little bit unshielded, but the Blink forward means that HuK wants this.
Oh, he wants this so badly. Blinking forward onto those, even onto the locusts, but the stalkers are just going to keep blinking back, and you can't trade. When you're at equal numbers, blink stalkers tend to win, because they just blink back. They're just more cost effective. They don't die.
Yeah, and immediately after seeing those locusts, he's going to drop down that robotics facility, the second one, as well as the robotics bay. And now the mobility of the Blinkstalkers are going to deny Pig from getting a fourth ever. And we may see that happen pretty much all game while HuK sets up the infrastructure in order to deal with the Swarm hosts, because you can't just take them head on, as you said.
No, it's very challenging to do, at least. With Blinkstalkers, you can run around, you can kind of jump about and try and get yourself in a position where you can snipe away at a few, and it wouldn't be impossible, but it's really hard to get in a position where you can do it properly with this Overseer here, with these Hydras here, because as soon as you send in your Detector unit, it just gets killed off. Yeah.
And, how many observers does he have? He doesn't have the speed. He's already lost one observer, so he's on one observer at the moment, and if he loses it, you can't ever get that opportunity. But, I mean, if you are Rain, you don't even need observers, apparently.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, he probably did want that observer. He did want that, but he got away with it that time. And maybe it could happen again. Maybe the no observers defeat of the Swarm host could occur. It's possible.
Yep. Love that Warp Prism. Gonna go ahead and go down that southwestern portion of the map as this Blinkstalkers do move forward. And, even the Dark Shrine coming down. Broodlords are on the way. This is the point that Pig wanted to get to last game. Yeah. And he's done it. He has a Swarm host. He has the Broodlords.
Yeah, I don't want to set the bar too high, but Jadong would have had Overlords down there. I'm just saying.
This is true. This is true.
So he'd know that this drop was coming. Because I remember seeing Jadong's Overlord spread and going, damn, Jadong, you scary.
Whoa. These Broodlords are exposed.
Yeah, just for a moment, taking a bit of a hit.
But HuK is now going with the Zealots at that fourth base of Pig. Is he going to be able to take it down? That may not even be the main focus of HuK right now. He just wants to make sure that he can catch Pig out of position. And that could be the case now, as the Swarm hosts have not burrowed. And the Broodlords are not in a position that keeps him very safe.
Yeah, he's getting himself out of there. He really doesn't have the Colossus count to deal with this. There are two back at home, and he did make that second robot, but I don't think he's hotkeyed it up because he hasn't made anything out of it yet. He's still producing Colossus one at a time.
Yeah, and he has the money to do it. A lot of gateways coming down here from HuK, as he does establish his fourth base as well. But Pig is starting to get back in. Those rocks are already down, and there's going to be a big run by into the natural, rather. But
revealing the
cleaned up very fast. But keep in mind, Pig is banking up an incredible bank right now, and HuK, though, is getting to that scary Colossus count as he does. Did he realize that he had another one, or is he even going to bother?
I don't know.
Oh my god, ballsy
nice blink forward with the Stalkers. Really good timing on that. The Colossi are going to laser away at those Broodlings as the Stalkers advance towards the Broodlords. But I actually think this is a good engagement for Pig because he's got stuff under his Broodlords and they can just sit up, siege the Stalkers and force that retreat that is now coming out of HuK.
Yep. I love this. Observer speed on the way as well as the Warp Prism speed. I believe in the opposite order, though, but
yeah.
Gonna get use out of those Warp Prisms. Did he drop some DTs? I don't know. The Dark Shrine did finish, but it doesn't seem like that was the case.
I don't think he's built any DTs, but it's good to have them because you can obviously deploy so much damage in such a short space of time with a few DTs at the right time. Mind you, these Zealots are going to have a go as well.
Yeah. This is how you peel apart a Swarm host using player. Blinkstalkers on the right side, well, the main army, of course, and then the Zealots on the left side. Gonna get that base. No more gas mining from there. The Queens did have a transfuse, but they decided to go for the inject first. But now what is over here to defend this natural of Pig? I don't see anything, do you?
No, I don't. Everything is such a long way away, and the Broodlords, I mean, they're only just outside the natural, but it's going to be a good while before they get over there. 30 seconds is the kind of time we're talking to them to travel all the way across. Fungal's going down on the Stalkers, though.
Oh, gonna miss the second one, which would have allowed him to get so many of those units. But now HuK gets that natural, which is pretty much mined out, but it's more so the gas mining that you're concerned about. But is he even setting up to deal with the Broodlords, or is he just going to do it with the Blinkstalkers? I think that's how he wants to do it right now.
That's how it used to be done in the old days, and HuK isn't... He plays like it's the old days sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, this Broodlord Infestor, it looks like the old days. So.
Fair point.
Oh, this is pretty intense at the moment because the Pig has managed to hold on, and you want constant pressure as a Protoss player whenever these units are out, such as the Infestor, such as a Swarm host, and the Broodlord he's not buying time for something like Tempest to deal with it at all either. So he is going to take it that route and just try to expand and get Templar out. Storm is on the way. And he's just going to keep on being mobile and try to get a nice engagement when he catches Pig off guard. But
yeah, I think so. That's a bit of a split army engagement. I kind of like the positioning on the Colossi, but I think the rest of this could work out a little poorly for HuK. You don't want to be pushing up like that, really, because it gives everything free reign against the Colossi just because of the positioning.
Yeah. Storm is almost done. It is just about to be done. 4 Vipers are on the way, so they will get feedback if they are not careful. And HuK confirms that base has not been taken on the right side. It's already starting to work on his shield upgrades. Pig is just moving his army around, his not-so-mobile army. Vipers are desperately looking for something to get that energy filled up with, but
well,
like
HuK's
army
killed.
Exactly, HuK's army did that for him. So you want to kill your army, and
I guess I will then. HuK is taking every base on his side of the map at this point. He's had his 4th for a long time, taking that 5th and 6th over towards the left. And I love what he's doing. The suppression that he's bringing to bear against his opponent is incredible. Keeping that Zerg force, the immobile Zerg force, suppressed and down. He's actually kind of like Zerging a Protoss here.
Yeah, he is. And he has every right to, because Pig is just defending, and he has a very immobile army. You know, we're not seeing those run-bys in ZVT because he's not going Ling Bling Muta. It's just, you know, it's a lot harder to do so against Protoss, especially with those cannons in a really nice position. But HuK, he's doing exactly what he needs to do, but he can't let up for too long if he's not going to try to go for this. Okay, never mind. 3 Stargates on the way. Yeah, if you're not going to go for the Stargate play, you can't ever let up. But
the pressure. No, you just can't allow it to end, but he hasn't, to be fair. HuK moving around with these Stalkers in general has been so good at keeping everything under his control, and now moving forward with another group of them, going to pick up a couple of Changelings, possibly even just for good measure. Oh, yeah. 3 Swarm Hosts.
And a Swarm Host, maybe, no.
No, not jumping forward to get it. Oh, all the Overlords, though!
Yo!
A rich Overlord field is being plundered.
Yeah, they're all getting destroyed, and all of the tech of Pig is here. So if he's able to pick off that tech, it'll be very nice for HuK as he does transition into this triple Stargate play, rather, with the Fleet Beacon on the way. Gonna be getting those Tempests out. And on the left side, Pig is losing his 4th once more. Feedbacks go on a few of those Queens, but not quite getting the Vipers just yet.
Yeah.
But the Broodlords are here, and they're actually exposed. If HuK can get a nice blink
here they go! Here they go!
Pig, gotta be very careful with the Broodlords. They don't have any support.
No, that might be a slip-up, losing 5 Broodlords there, and following up with 2 Overseers as well, which it all costs gas.
Yep.
Losing so many tech structures in the main, and that snipe on the base. No, it wasn't a successful snipe. I take it back. Not a success.
Oh, very close. Oh, the Immortal, though, he's doing the sidestep, doing the shuffle. He's gonna get it, I think. He did the stupid, like, sidestep down the ramp.
He went full Dragoon.
Sorry about that. I don't know if you saw that, but it was
I know what it looks like. I've played Protoss for long enough to know the Immortal Shuffle.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb looking, but it was beautiful. Because he did get that hatchery. He finished the job. And this Infestation Pit is also going to get finished by these 2 DTs. HuK is playing this so well right now. This is actually insane as he does just peel a Pig apart. Like a strip of bacon.
Mmm, delicious.
I love bacon, by the way, so...
Who doesn't love bacon? But this force of HuK is looking so good as it moves. Actually, kind of not out. It's the Stalkers moving out. But I think that what he's doing now is trading off the Stalkers and getting a higher quality army force with the macro that HuK has been pulling, with the huge bank that he's got. With the 3 Stargates, we're going to see some Tempests thrown into the mix. They'll deal with the Broodlords. Actually, we'll bring in some Zealots. I think for some harassment. Yeah, in the main base.
A lot of harassment, but there's nothing even really left for these Zealots to kill. They will get that spawning pool. And if Pig hasn't started his lair, that is going to delay. I said it again. Delay his tech again because, you know, but he did. He did get the lair, so very nice.
No, it's not looking good for Pig at this point in time. With 2 bases and 2 more hatcheries coming down just to add to that general count. This is a tough situation, and it's only really the Swarm who's keeping him alive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the DT is still trying to get some damage done, but the Overseer will be protecting them. The Vipers are there as well, and they haven't really got much use this game, you know? We haven't really seen them do too much.
No. Spire being rebuilt in near that macro hatch. The DTs are, I think...
Oh, the micro, though.
No, not quite. Saves them all.
Dropping them down.
No Templar left behind.
Yep. 6
but
are on
his
the map.
army.
Double War Prism as well. Yeah, where is his actual army? Just waiting, building up. Mothership on the way. And finally the Vipers may be able to get some use. But there's really no Corruptors out. It's just going to be Hydras that try to deal with it after the Abducts. Not really a big Spore Crawler count. The creep spread has been receded for a little bit. But PiG is really good at making it come back.
Yeah, his creep has been phenomenal all day, actually. And I think this base of HuK is possibly not quite going down. It's going to go down in a moment. Forcing the mining denial, though, is pretty important. And there are so many Tempests for HuK at this point. A lot of top-level Protossers make a lot of Tempests. And I kind of see why they do it. But personally, I prefer to have a more even mix of Tempest and Void. That's just, I think that's personal taste. The Tempests have the range, which the Void Rays just don't have, but they don't have the DPS, so you've got to be super careful when you do it to not get outmaneuvered. In this situation, though, with the Mothership, is really good for HuK as he moves forward, even storming the free units. There is no reason not to with those invisible Colossi. The Tempest can't be hit, and he's just going to push forward.
Yeah. The power of Protoss. We are witnessing it right live here on the ASL, and I just don't think that PiG has the larva count in order to really use his bank. He does have the bank, but he just has 9 larvae. He's getting his hatcheries killed all the time. Yeah,
there's even DT's trying to get another one, but being picked off by the detection down there. Actually, you know what? I take that back.
They may even.
No, not quite. Hydra's too good. But DT's pretty good as well. And yeah, this is still just a gradual advance by HuK. He's pushing his way forward, killing off the rebuilt spawning pool. It is a good army that he's got there. You can't really argue with it.
Good. It is. And Storm's going down on the Locust to clear that wave. Now it's going to be a little bit of time. Here come the next wave. But is it going to be enough? I don't think so, because this army quality is just so good. Colossus, the Tempest zoning out everything. The Mothership cloaking everything as well. Oh, this is so scary. But the Mothership gets yoinked. But there's nothing to shoot it.
If these infested Terrans kill it, I'm going to be really sad, but they might.
Oh my god, nerf. Imagine if they had the upgrades from Wings of Liberty. That would have been so but that's why they took it out.
Yeah, it's definitely that, So the Mothership core killed off by 6 infested Terrans and an Abduct. That's a little bit embarrassing for the most glorious mile-wide ship in the Golden Armada, but never mind, the rest of the Armada remains, and these Tempests are going to keep pushing forward with Warpins on the front line of Zealots. This is still just not a situation that I think PiG can hold in. I think HuK has got to win this in the next, in this push, really.
Yeah, maybe this push is it. Even abducting into the Locust, this may be the last stand of those swarm hosts. The 3 observers there just to make sure that they are able to get there. The Tempest could start sniping them if they did choose, but they're going for the Corruptors as they do not want to get taken out. But you know what? This army on the ground is starting to get taken out by HuK, and he's transitioning into what you said with those Void Rays. PiG has a bank, man. He just needs to find a way to get that lava out. Swarm hosts are keeping him in this game so well, but the Tempests are uncontested. GG!